Hello there, gentlemen, and welcome to the Deep Dive. It's a real pleasure to have you with us today.
Great to be here.
We're about to dig into prostate health. It's a topic that, well, it often carries a lot of quiet misunderstandings, doesn't it? Especially as we get a bit older.
It really does. There's a lot of just accepting things that maybe shouldn't be accepted.
Exactly. Many of us, and I'll include myself here, have perhaps come to believe that certain inconveniences are just, part of aging. Things like waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom, maybe noticing the stream isn't quite what it used to be. We might just sigh, shrug it off, think, well, that's life after 60.
Right. That's the common narrative.
But our expert source for this deep dive, Dr. Mohit Kara, who's a physician and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience, he really challenges that belief.
He does very strongly.
He's helped thousands of men, 60s, 70s, 80s, and his core message is quite profound. Dismissing these things isn't just wrong, it could actually be dangerous.
Yeah.
These aren't just minor annoyances. They're often clear signals. Your body's way of asking for attention.
Urgent signals, often.
So our mission today is really to cut through that noise. We want to help you understand these signals, arm you with knowledge that can genuinely improve your comfort, your confidence, and, well, your health.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power here.
And the message is clear. You are not alone in experiencing these things, and crucially, you are definitely not beyond hope. This isn't about spreading fear. It's about getting clarity, understanding, and finding practical steps.
That's the goal. Clarity and action.
Now, you mentioned this earlier. For so many men, that nighttime interruption, waking up again and again to urinate, it seems almost universally accepted, just part of the deal. But you're suggesting this is often the most ignored sign, maybe the body's clearest cry for help. What's actually going on there?
You've really hit on maybe the most pervasive misconception. That pattern, waking at 1 a.m., then maybe 3 a.m., 5 a.m., just to pass a little bit, what we call nocturia. It's so common. Men often just, laugh it off or quietly admit it makes them feel old, maybe a bit embarrassed. But it's not normal aging. It really begs the question, what's actually causing this?
Okay.
Well, think about your prostate. It's that small sort of walnut-shaped gland, right? And it sits directly below your bladder, and it actually wraps around the urethra.
Right below, wrapped around.
Got it. So when it starts to swell, even just a little bit, it physically presses against the bladder. Imagine your bladder like a sensitive balloon. If something's constantly pushing on it, it gets jumpy, irritable. Instead of resting calmly through the night, it starts firing off these urgent empty me now signals to your brain.
Even if there's hardly anything in there.
Exactly. Even when there's barely any urine. That's why you find yourself stumbling to the bathroom only for a few drops to come out.
Oh. Okay.
So it's not about drinking too much water before bed necessarily, and it's not just getting older. It's often the prostate itself demanding attention.
That's a really clear explanation. It connects the physical, the mechanics of it, to that frustrating experience.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, this broken sleep, it's not just annoying, is it? It must have wider effects.
Oh, absolutely. If we look at the bigger picture, think about what chronic sleep deprivation does to your body. It really wears down your immune system. It can cloud your memory, definitely saps your energy, and, it even raises your risk for serious things like heart disease and stroke.
Wow. So it cascades.
It really does. Yet so many men just sort of brush it off. I often think of a patient, Robert, 72 years old. He told me he hadn't had a full night's sleep in nearly a decade.
A decade?
Yeah, he just thought it was his destiny,
Yeah.
part of getting older. But after we properly addressed his prostate health, within just a few weeks, he was sleeping 6, sometimes 7 hours straight.
Incredible.
He came back to the office, honestly, with tears in his eyes and just said, "Doc, I feel like I got my life back."
I got my life back.
Yeah.
That's powerful. It really hits home how much more than just a physical inconvenience this is.
It truly is. It affects everything.
So beyond sleep, what are some of the other, maybe more daytime-related ways men might notice their prostate needs attention, especially with urine flow?
Precisely. So if nighttime urgency is one big piece, another really common indicator is a change in the stream itself. We're talking about sign number 2, a weak or slow urine stream.
Okay, the weak stream. Hear that a lot.
You do. It's a complaint I hear constantly. Men will often say, "Doc, it feels like I've lost the power," or "it just takes forever to go." barely a trickle sometimes.
Standing there for ages.
Exactly. Standing for long minutes, maybe straining, just waiting for things to get going. And it can be incredibly frustrating and frankly pretty embarrassing, especially in public restrooms.
I can imagine.
And the reason is simple. That weak stream is a clear sign your prostate is physically pressing against the urethra, narrowing the pathway.
Like stepping on a hose.
Exactly like a kink in a garden hose. Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And all that straining puts unnecessary pressure back on your bladder, eventually your kidneys, and of course it takes an emotional toll.
Right? There's Harold, 68, prided himself on being efficient,
Yeah.
But his stream slowed right down. He told me, I feel like my body is holding me hostage in my own bathroom.
Wow. Holding him hostage.
Yeah. But once we addressed his prostate, he felt like himself again, no longer trapped.
That makes sense. And I suppose that weak stream, it probably links to another issue.
It often goes hand in hand, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sign number 3. The feeling of not emptying your bladder completely.
Ah, okay. You finish, but you don't feel finished.
Exactly that. You walk away, but there's still this sense that something's left behind. A lingering heaviness, maybe a nagging urge that just follows you around.
I'm definitely aware of it.
Right? When the prostate enlarges, it squeezes that urethra like putting a clamp on a pipe. Your bladder does its best. It pushes, but it just can't get everything past that obstruction.
So some urine gets trapped.
A small amount remains trapped inside. It really is like trying to drain a sink when the pipe is partly clogged.
And beyond being mentally tiring, this actually increases your risk for urinary tract infections. Bacteria love stagnant urine. Plus, it can lead to bladder damage over time and even strain the kidneys.
So real physical risks, too.
Definitely. Samuel, he was 70. He described feeling like a prisoner to his own bladder. Started avoiding road trips, turning down invitations, just the embarrassment and anxiety.
Yeah?
After treatment, his words were simple, "Doc, I finally feel free again." It just speaks volumes about the weight of that symptom.
It really does. Freedom and that sense of not fully emptying. I can see how that might lead to another, perhaps quite personal issue.
Indeed, it often does. Which brings us to sign number 4, dribbling or leaking after urination.
Right. The after dribble.
Yeah. For many men, this is one of the most, embarrassing parts. You finish, you shake off, zip up, you think you're done. Then, moments later, you feel that dampness in your underwear. Or maybe you notice a small spot on your pants. Men often admit to carrying tissues, maybe choosing darker clothes, avoiding certain social situations.
It really affects your confidence.
Absolutely. It strikes right at a man's pride and dignity, truly. The mechanism is similar to the others. The enlarged prostate narrows the urethra, messing with the bladder's ability to push urine out forcefully and completely.
So some gets left behind and just seeps out.
Exactly. Small amounts get trapped just behind that swollen gland, and then slowly, inevitably, they leak out later. Think about turning off a garden hose, but a few drops still slip through because the nozzle is blocked or faulty.
Good analogy.
And over time, this isn't just embarrassing. It can cause skin irritation, increase infection risk because of the constant moisture. Charles, 69, he actually stopped going on his daily walks with his wife because he was so worried about this.
Really? That's sad.
It is. He confessed he felt less of a man. When his dribbling stopped after we addressed the prostate issue, his wife later thanked me. She said, "You didn't just help his health, you gave me back my husband."
Wow. That hits hard. It shows how deep this goes.
Uh,
Heart, marriage, spirit.
Profoundly deep. These aren't trivial things.
No, clearly not. Those stories really highlight the hidden toll.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. When these issues with flow and emptying start to maybe escalate, what are some of the more disruptive, maybe even alarming symptoms that really demand attention?
Right. When things progress, one of the most distressing symptoms is sign number 5. Sudden urges you can't control. Urgency.
That sudden overwhelming need to go now.
Exactly. It strikes out of nowhere. You could be at dinner, driving your car, standing in a grocery line, and boom, this overwhelming panic sets in.
That'd be awful.
Men scramble for the nearest restroom, literally praying they make it in time. For some, sadly, these episodes lead to accidents, and the shame associated with that is just crushing.
Yeah.
Many patients admit they've basically stopped leaving the house for long periods because of this fear. No one should feel like a prisoner in their own home.
No. So what causes that suddenness?
Again, it's the pressure from the enlarged prostate on the bladder walls. It irritates them, makes them overly sensitive, reactive.
Like they're on high alert.
Precisely. The bladder muscles contract suddenly, forcefully, sending that urgent go now signal, even when there's very little urine actually there. It's like your body's constantly crying wolf.
Exhausting.
Physically draining, yes, but it also exhausts your spirit, leaves you anxious, constantly on edge. Dennis, 74, he missed his granddaughter's big moment in her school play because an urge hit him. He told me, "Doc, it's not just about my bladder anymore, it's about what I'm losing because of it."
Oh, that's heartbreaking, losing moments like that.
It really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
It does. And then there's actual pain.
Yes. Another significant red flag is sign number 6, pain or burning during urination.
Okay. That sounds definitely like something's wrong.
It does. And there's a particular look men get, frustration, maybe fear. When they describe this, they'll say things like, "Doc, it feels like fire every time I go," or "It's like my body is punishing me."
Ouch.
It's not just a minor irritation, it's a clear signal that your prostate is likely inflamed and the whole urinary tract is under considerable stress.
So inflammation is key here.
Often, yes. The burning comes from that enlarged, inflamed prostate, irritating both the bladder lining and the urethra. It can also change the urine flow, maybe make it more concentrated, more acidic, which adds to the discomfort.
Right.
And remember that incomplete emptying we talked about? That can lead to infections because bacteria can thrive in that urine that sits there.
Making it even worse.
Exactly. So every trip to the bathroom becomes this ordeal. It really chips away at your peace of mind, your quality of life. Lawrence, 66, he dealt with this burning for weeks, and his mind immediately went to cancer. Huge fear.
Understandable.
His pain turned out to be linked to severe prostate inflammation, not cancer. But afterwards he said, "Doc, I didn't realize how much fear I was carrying until it was finally gone."
That fear. It's a powerful undercurrent in all this, isn't it?
It really is. Which brings us to something truly alarming.
Okay.
Sign number 7, blood in the urine or semen.
Wow. Okay, yeah. That would stop you in your tracks.
It absolutely should. Few things cause immediate alarm, like seeing red where it doesn't belong. Patients describe the shock. Seeing red in the toilet bowl, or maybe streaks in their semen. One man said, "Doc, I thought I was fine, but when I saw that, I just froze."
That visceral fear.
It's real and it's completely justified because blood in either urine or semen is never normal. Full stop. It is a powerful warning sign.
What causes it in this context?
When the prostate becomes enlarged and inflamed, tiny blood vessels within the gland can actually rupture under the pressure.
Oh, okay.
This can cause anything from just a faint pink tinge to quite noticeable bleeding. It signals that your prostate is under significant stress.
Is it always mean cancer?
No, not necessarily, but it always demands immediate medical attention. You cannot ignore this one. Edward, 71. Unfortunately, he ignored it for months, just hoped it would go away.
Oh, dear.
His anxiety just grew and grew until he finally told his wife. In his case, the bleeding was from a severely enlarged prostate, but it wasn't cancerous. Still, he later said, "Doc, I lost months of peace because I didn't face the truth sooner."
Denial just prolongs the fear.
Exactly. Action brings clarity, brings relief, brings healing.
That's a really crucial reminder. Don't shy away from getting answers. So, okay, we've covered a lot about the direct urinary symptoms. What does this all mean for just living your life, day to day, even intimate moments? It sounds like it spreads beyond the bathroom door.
Oh, absolutely. The ripple effect is extensive. Let's talk about sign number 8, trouble starting urination. Hesitancy.
Right. Standing there, waiting.
That's it. There's this distinct frustration. You're at the toilet, you're ready to go, and nothing happens. Seconds tick by, maybe you strain a bit, you just wait. Some men describe it like their body has just forgotten how to cooperate.
Must increase anxiety, especially in public.
Immensely. The longer you wait, the more anxious you get. This might seem like a small thing, this hesitation, but it's a very telling sign that your prostate is directly interfering.
How so?
Remember, the prostate surrounds the urethra. When it swells, it essentially acts like a gatekeeper, pinching that opening just enough to make starting the flow difficult.
Okay.
And straining often just makes things worse, irritating the bladder and prostate more. Martin, 65, he confessed he'd sometimes stand there for 2, even 3 minutes before a single drop came out.
3 minutes. Wow.
He told me, "Doc, it makes me feel powerless, like I'm not even in control of my own body anymore." When we finally treated his prostate, he said the first time he urinated without that delay felt like a huge victory, like reclaiming a piece of his autonomy.
Powerless. It's a strong word.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fundamental loss of control.
Hmm.
And it also makes me think about the connection between prostate health and, well, something else incredibly personal for many men, intimacy.
Indeed, it's a connection that carries enormous weight. Which leads us to sign number 9, erectile dysfunction and loss of sexual confidence.
Ah, the ED connection.
Yes. For many men, this is one of the most painful consequences emotionally. Countless men admit, often quietly, "Doc, I just can't perform like I used to." They struggle to get an erection, or maybe maintain one.
That must be tough.
It leads to shame, self-doubt, a deep fear of disappointing a partner. These feelings can erode a man's confidence incredibly quickly.
Is there a direct physical link?
There is. As the prostate grows, it can physically interfere with blood flow in the area. It can affect nerve signaling and even impact hormone balance, all absolutely crucial for achieving and maintaining an erection.
Okay.
And then you add in the fatigue from terrible sleep we talked about earlier and the sheer stress from all the other urinary symptoms. It's a perfect storm.
It all connects?
It really does. Intimacy can become something men actively avoid. They make excuses. It creates distance, silence, where there used to be connection. Anthony, 70, he started making excuses to his wife. Confessed he felt less of a husband.
It's hard to hear.
After treatment, though, his whole demeanor changed. He walked in, standing taller, big smile, said, "I feel like myself again." And then he added, with a grin, that his wife got her husband back.
That's wonderful. It really shows, doesn't it? Prostate problems aren't just about plumbing. They hit the heart, the marriage, the soul.
They absolutely do. And finally, there's one more often overlooked sign. Sign number 10, chronic pelvic or lower back discomfort.
Okay. Back pain, pelvic ache. How's that related?
This one is maybe the most insidious because it's so easily dismissed. Men think, oh, it's just arthritis or I'm just getting older.
Right, common aches and pains.
But the pattern can be quite specific. A dull heaviness maybe deep in the lower abdomen, perhaps an ache in the hips or groin area, or just a nagging pressure in the lower back that never fully resolves. Men sometimes describe it like carrying a hidden weight.
A hidden weight. Okay, so what's the prostate connection?
It's not random. Your prostate, when it's inflamed, doesn't just sit there quietly. It radiates stress and tension into all the surrounding tissues. It sits deep in the pelvis, right? Closely connected to muscles, nerves, blood vessels. So when it's enlarged or inflamed, it creates tension throughout that whole pelvic floor area. This can trigger pain signals that spread into the hips, sometimes down the thighs, and very often into the lower back.
So it's referred pain, in a way.
Exactly, or pain from chronic tension caused by the prostate issue. This persistent ache, it drains your energy, makes simple things like sitting or walking harder, and it really steals your joy. Gerald, 69, he lived with this kind of pain for months. Couldn't sit through church comfortably, couldn't enjoy playing with his grandkids properly.
Ending his life.
Totally. He felt his body was betraying me. After treatment for his prostate, he described
raising a hand, asking you to pay attention, inviting you, really, to reclaim your health.
That's a great way to put it, an invitation.
We've heard stories today of men who thought their best days were truly behind them, who rediscovered strength, energy, intimacy. Men finding relief just sleeping through the night again, or the simple joy of sitting through a movie without that constant worry.
The transformation can be remarkable.
So the real insight here, maybe, isn't just spotting the symptoms, but understanding that your body is actually designed for vitality. Recognizing these signals isn't about bracing for the worst. It's about unlocking the door to potentially reclaiming years of comfort, energy, and joy.
Well said. It's about reclaiming quality of life.
So maybe I can leave you, our listeners, with this thought. Don't wait. Don't wait for things to get worse. Don't wait until you're waking up 5 times a night, or until intimacy fades away completely, or until that ache becomes unbearable.
Take action sooner rather than later.
You have the power to take action now. to listen to your body, to seek clarity. Your health truly matters, and positive change is absolutely possible. And, looking ahead, Dr. Carr also mentions, in a future step, a simple but apparently powerful 15-second nightly ritual
Something practical.
that's helped many men calm their prostates, sleep peacefully, wake up feeling whole again. It's just a testament, really, that hope can and does turn into action.
Hope and practical steps. That's key.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into prostate health today. We really hope this conversation has brought you some clarity, maybe some comfort too.
Hope it's been helpful.
And if this deep dive has resonated with you, if it provided some value, please do consider liking this episode, maybe sharing it with a friend who might benefit, and subscribing to our channel so you don't miss our future explorations.
Your support really helps get this information out there.
It truly does. So until next time, stay well, stay informed, and keep seeking that deeper understanding.